Supplementary feeding program. Almost all countries implemented supplementary feeding program, and this program is an essential tool for the development and growth of school children's communities and society as a whole, and for social safety net. The motive to implement the supplementary feeding program is usually based on raised prevalence of acute malnutrition among children under 5 and the presence of aggravating factors such as poor food security in the general population, disease, and epidemic. Introduction. There are two mechanisms through which food may be provided, that is, general food distribution and selective feeding programs. Supplementary feeding programs do not usually reduce the prevalence of moderate malnutrition. The growth failure which occurs in young children due to the inadequate child feeding, high rates of infection, and poor child care. There are other important factors that need to be prevented, and these are small size indicators, that is, reduced nutrient stores, increased severity of infection, poor mental development. In this lecture, we are going to study the meaning, objective, and benefits of supplementary feeding program. This program aims to provide food free of charge to vulnerable groups to cover deficiencies. Moreover, feeding programs are generally considered essential component for national development. Such programs are designed to distribute food among children between the age of 6 months and 6 years in order to improve their nutritional status and to prevent deterioration in their health and nutrition under emergency conditions and in response to chronic food and nutrition insecurity. Now, let us look at the issues related to supplementary feeding program. In this program, it must be ensured that the ration provided is consumed by the beneficiary in order to derive a direct benefit from the program. Leakage may take place within the household, and foods provided by the program should be based on local food habits and cultural practices. To reduce program leakage, intra household leakage can also be reduced through food selection. If specific household members are targeted for supplementary feeding, the time and energy cost is to distribute food in relation to the values and to the participants of the food should be such as to provide the target group with a clear incentive to participate. Objectives of the program. Objective of the program is to restrain moderately malnourished person and to prevent malnourishment. Objective of the program is to retrain moderately malnourished person and to prevent malnourishment, reduce mortality risk in children under 5 years. It is necessary to provide a food supplement to pregnant and nourishing mothers and other individuals at risk. Another study analyzing the interaction between nutrition and infection was made in India. Providing nutrition supplements and education is one area and healthcare is another, and both nutrition and health services is yet another area. Benefits of feeding programs are supplementary feeding related activities such as food distribution and other responsibilities like conducting preschool education and counseling. It can increase vital rates and lead to growth of small proportion. The program is well integrated into primary health care services in which immunization, oral rehydration, family planning, health and nutrition education, growth monitoring, and various other preventive curative services are offered at the same time. In supplementary program, it must be ensured that the ration is provided and consumed personally by the intended beneficiary in order to derive a direct benefit from the program. Many supplementary feeding programs involve distributing a take-home food ration to mothers through health centers on a weekly basis. Briefly, let us go through the cost of the program. It is important to remember that targeting coverage and the cost benefit of a program are informally linked. Most of the supplementary feeding programs have not provided data about cost. The research programs have been 2 or 3 times more expensive than the ongoing programs. There has also been an economic advantage in the take home system of delivery over the on the spot system. The administrative cost of the program have represented 28 to 84% of the food cost. The conclusion reached that the cost of preventing an infant or child death was lower in the medical care than in the nutrition care area. Moving further, now we are going to study. There are services provided under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare are as follow. First, nutrition including supplementary nutrition. This includes supplementary feeding and growth monitoring against vitamin A deficiency and control of nutritional anemia. All families in the community are surveyed to identify children below the age of 6 and pregnant and nursing women. Second, nutrition and health education. It is a key element of the work of the Anganwadi worker. This forms part of behavior change communication strategy. This has a long-term goal of capacity building of women, especially in the age group of 15 to 45 years, so that they can look after their own health, nutrition and development of their children and family. In this session, we have identified the issues related to supplementary feeding program, its cost and benefits. Thank you.